It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine, please? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hi. Does it ever get to be blowy and windy in your neighborhood? Boy, the wind was just going around the corner when I came by. Glad you're here. 'Cause I've been thinking of you. I've been thinking of you. Boom, 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 boom. Have any idea what might have been in that little suitcase I brought in? Well, you're about to find out. Boom, boom, boom. Do you think it might be something that long? Or something that big? Something round? It's deceiving. It's a clarinet. It's all in pieces. Now this is the bottom part. Hello. Like a horn. Well, this really is a kind of a horn. Now let me see, this part fits on. Next. It's a blowing instrument. Musical instrument. Makes music. See it growing? 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece, and top piece. It's growing just like you're growing. It's fun to grow, isn't it? Here, now this is a cover. We'll take the cover off. Now, I haven't played this clarinet in a long, long time. When I was about this big, I guess I was about that big, I used to go to Mr. Ringrose at the 4th Ward School. And Mr. Ringrose had very early morning classes in clarinet. And I used to go there, and I hadn't practiced very well. And I would play something, and Mr. Ringrose would say, "I don't think you practiced too long." And I hadn't, no. Well, I still can't play very well because I hadn't practiced very long. Let me see if I can. You have to get this part wet. That's called the reed. And it goes back and forth real fast. Let me see now. Please don't listen, Mr. Ringrose. Well, that's not too bad. Sometimes you squeak. It's not good to squeak when you're playing. You go. And I remember one thing very well. You weren't supposed to puff out your, what's this called, your cheeks. You weren't supposed to puff them out. You weren't supposed to go like that to play. That's not the good way to play the clarinet. Oh, let's see if Picture Picture knows what this is. Think it would? Let's ask it. It seems to know everything. Picture Picture on the wall, would you kindly show us all the word for this instrument? It knew. Clarinet. Yes, sir. You know what we could do? We could very easily take the bell off. This part's called the bell. And look through and pretend that this is the telescope and see what's going on in the neighborhood of make-believe. Okay, let's try. Do you see Daniel's clock yet? You're looking. There it is. And it's ticking away. Who is that? Going by the museum? think that's Mr. Paul. It certainly looks like him, Trolley. Trolley, is that Louis Paul going? I thought so. I'm going to call right away. Louis Paul is one of the outstanding clarinetists of this country. Let's just see if he's really going into the castle. Miss Polifkate. Miss Polifkate, is that Louis Paul coming into the castle? It is. Is he going to play for King Friday? Hey, could we come? Oh, I'd really like to listen to him. I heard about him when I was in Mr. Ringrose's class. All right. We'll count to 13 and come. 1, 2. Yes, we're coming. Count to 13 when the light flashes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We'll get to see him. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and in we go, 13. Oh, Mr. Paul, King Friday's very anxious to see you. Oh, what's that in your case?
This is my clarinet, Edgar.
Oh, good. May I see it? Oh, it's broken.
No, it isn't broken. It just comes in many different pieces, you see.
Oh.
You put it together this way.
Oh, I see. And it gets longer.
And one more piece up here on the top.
How many pieces are there?
Well, altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 pieces. And all those shiny things.
Yes, these are the keys. And when we push the keys down, the notes change on the clarinet.
Could I hear some? Oh, that's a nice tone. Could you play me the highest notes? Way up there, and now the lowest notes. Way down there. I like it, I like the clarinet. Now when the king comes, will you kindly play him a fanfare?
Certainly.
He should be here in 2 1/2 seconds. 1, 2 1/2. That's the kind of fanfare I like. Mr. Paul, I presume?
Yes?
I'm glad to meet you. That will do, Edgar. Thank you, Your Highness. Thank you. The clarinet. An old instrument, is it not?
Yes, quite old, King.
One that has been played for many years.
Yes.
Have you played the instrument yourself very long?
Since I was quite small, yes.
Oh, you started as a boy, did you? What is one of your favorite melodies on the clarinet?
Would you like to hear one by Beethoven?
Oh, yes, I like that one. Beautiful. Could you play me the first few notes of that one again so I can remember it? Oh, yes. Does it have words?
No, Beethoven didn't write words for that.
I see. Well, I know a song that does have words. Perhaps you know it's a little ditty called Propel, Propel, Propel Your Craft.
Well, I don't know that one, but I do know a song called Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
Oh, yes. Well, if you play that, I could sing my words, I think, too. And I'd like to hear what it sounds like first, anyway. Yes, that's the one. good. Now I'll sing my words if you'll play again. Propel, propel, propel your craft gently down liquid solution. Ecstatically, 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 ecstatically. Existence is but an illusion. Oh, Mr. Paul, were you able to play that well when you first got your first clarinet?
Oh, no, it came much later.
Oh, I see. You practiced and practiced, did you?
Quite a bit, yes.
Did you have someone who helped you?
I had a teacher. I had many teachers, yes.
I see. And then they would say to you, did they call you Lou or Louis?
Lou, usually.
Lou. They say, Lou, now this is a better way of doing it. Then that helped you, did it?
Exactly. That's how they did it.
Oh, isn't teaching wonderful? Yes,
Yeah.
we learn so much from others. Would you come to my tea room, Mr. Paul, where we can discuss the clarinet further?
Fine. I'd like to, King.
Yes, I have an appointment a little later, but I think we'll have time for tea right now. The tea room is just down the hall from the S room, across from room number 20. So if you go through that door, I shall meet you there.
All right, thank
Do you like cream and sugar or lemon?
Just lemon, please.
Lemon, I'll have it waiting for you, Mr. Paul. Come along to the tea room. $11, $12, $13. Surely does make a difference when you know how to play, doesn't it? And have practiced a long time. That's what happens if you bite the reed. Well, you've got to learn your trade. That's all there is to it when you're working at something. You've got to learn your trade. Everything takes practice if you want to make the grade. Be sure to practice, practice. You have got to learn your job, not simply turn a knob. You've got to practice, practice, practice. You never learn to feel by wearing gloves. You never learn to smile with just a frown. You never learn to talk by shutting up, or walk by sitting down. No, you've got to learn your trade. Everything takes practice. When you see what you have made, you'll shout, look here. The fact is, with a fair amount of practice, you can really positively learn your trade. Yes, you can. You've got to learn your trade. That's the same thing with reading and writing and those numbers and all of that. Don't learn it by magic. You don't just turn a knob and all of a sudden you know what 3 and 2 is. No, sir. And you don't turn a knob and all of a sudden you play the clarinet. I might take this up again in my elderly years. Yep. But right now, there's something that I can blow a lot better than a clarinet. Maybe you saw it when you came in today, did you? Up here on top of the, well, a pinwheel. Did you ever do one of those? It's been a blowy day outside, so why don't we just go out and use some of the air out there? Now, what if there were lots and lots of pinwheels in the town? They would certainly blow a lot, wouldn't they? Just pretend that there are.
Mr. Rogers.
Hey, Mrs. Russelite, how are you?
Very good.
Blowing some pinwheels today.
Isn't that pretty?
It's nice. Come on in.
Oh, I really can't. I have to be on my way to the neighborhood of make-believe. See, I took my hat.
Oh, good.
I'm
Who
going
you
to see
visit?
Henrietta Pussycat. She invited me to come over. She said that she wanted me to meet a new friend.
New friend, I bet I know who it is.
Oh, really?
I won't tell you who. Would you like to take this with you?
Could I?
You're welcome to
Thanks.
it.
Blows nice.
Does go very well.
Good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, Mrs. Russelite. Come stay next time, okay? A nice day. Mrs. Russelite off to the neighborhood of make-believe. Let's use this again, okay? Pretend telescope and see if she does get to the neighborhood of make-believe very soon. Yeah, well, is the donkey gonna stay in there forever?
Meow, X. Meow, 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 stay. Meow, 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 gets meow, new house.
Oh, I see. Does he really like it here?
Meow says meow, meow. Mrs. Russelite meow, meow, meow today.
You mean the bright light lady?
Meow, meow coming.
She's nifty-galifty.
Meow, 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 meet Don Quixote.
Oh, would you give her a poem for me, please?
Meow, surely.
Well, here's a poem. I just made it up. Oh, dear Mrs. Russelite, you're as pretty as a kite. And I can ask you 1, 2, 3, if you like my poetry. And I wish I could be here to talk with you because I'm going bird watching. I'm sorry.
Meow, meow, poem.
Yeah, that's it. Can you remember it?
Meow, 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 Mrs. Russelite. Meow, meow, pretty. Meow, meow, kite. Meow, 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 ask you, meow, meow, 3. Meow, meow, like, meow, poetry. Meow, meow, wish, meow, 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 here. Meow, 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 meow. But I'm going meow watching, meow, sorry.
Perfect, Henrietta. Goodbye.
Meow, meow, X. Meow, 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 1, 2, 3. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, Mrs. Russelite.
Hello, Henrietta. Nice to see you.
Meow, 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 new sweater, meow.
Isn't it pretty?
Meow, meow, just perfect, meow.
Well,
Meow, 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 roll the arms, meow, meow.
well, yes. I noticed it's a little long there. Let me help you.
Meow, 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 blowing, meow.
A pinwheel. Isn't it pretty?
Meow, certainly meow.
There, this looks very nice. It'll keep your wrists nice and warm, won't it?
Meow.
That's lovely.
Meow, 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 beautiful hat, meow.
Oh, thank you very much. I wore it once before, but I thought since I was visiting you today, I should add, well, a few flowers to it to kind of fancy it up because your hats are always so beautiful.
Meow, like it, meow.
Oh, it is pretty. One of your prettiest ones, I think.
Meow, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Meow, 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 Don Quixote, meow, 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 donkey.
Oh,
Meow,
for
meow,
goodness
meow.
sakes.
Yeehaw. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Meow, 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 Don Quixote. Meow, meow, Mrs. Russelite, meow.
How do you do? It's nice to know you.
How do you do? Good to know you, too.
Henrietta told me I was going to meet a new friend.
Yeah, I'm new here.
Oh, really? Well, I hope you like it.
Oh, I sure do. It's great here.
Good, good.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, X, meow, 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 poem.
For me?
You say X has a poem for her?
Meow. Meow, 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 hear it?
Oh, I'd love to, please.
Meow, meow, Mrs. Russelite. Meow, meow, pretty, meow, meow, kite. Meow, 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 ask you, meow, meow, 3. Meow, meow, like, meow, poetry. Meow, meow, wish, meow, 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 here. Meow, 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 but meow, meow, going, meow, watching, meow, sorry.
Meow watching.
Meow, meow, bird watching, meow.
Oh, of course, of course.
He's that owl in this tree who likes to bird
Oh,
watch.
yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, he would, you know.
Certainly. Well, I think it's a very nice poem. You'll thank him for me.
Meow,
Pretty
meow,
as a
certainly.
kite. Isn't that nice?
Meow, 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 kite.
Yes.
Meow.
What you got there?
It's a pinwheel. Watch.
Hey, I like that.
Isn't it nice?
Let me try.
All right. Maybe you have to blow a little harder.
Okay.
Maybe I'll help you. Let's see.
Okay.
We'll blow together. There.
Great.
Uh-huh.
I like that very much. You know what it reminds me of? A windmill.
I guess so. Windmills go around. Their arms go around. Sure.
And they're great to live in.
Do you think so?
I know so. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, really?
I want to live in a windmill.
Oh, my.
I want to live in a windmill. I want to live in a mill. I think I'll live in a windmill. I will. I will. I will.
Isn't that nice?
Meow, 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 meow. All trying, meow, meow, meow.
Oh, well, I'll certainly try and find one.
Meow.
Would you want a very large one, or a very small one, or a bright one, or a sort of a dull one? Do you have any ideas which kind you'd like?
A donkey-sized one, I think.
Oh, of
And
course.
comfortable.
Yes, of course. Well, you know, Corny used to have a windmill, something like this that went around, on his factory, but he had to use a fan to make it go.
A fan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I don't need to have one go. I just kind of like it.
Oh, just to live in it.
That's right.
Meow, 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 meow. Light limerick, meow, donkey, hody, meow.
Well, I sort of do have one.
Meow, good.
Would you like to hear it?
Sure I would.
It's about windmills.
You must have lots of poems in your head.
Well, this one especially, I just kind of thought of it now because, after all, you want to live in windmills.
Sure.
All right. A windmill's indeed a most glorious sight. When the wind blows with all of its might, its arms go around and around and around, and around and around and around and around. Indeed, a most glorious sight.
Hey, that's great.
I had a poem given to me by X, and I met you today, so I think I'd like to give something. Would you like to have this?
This pinwheel?
Certainly.
Wonderful, I sure would.
Here, can you hold it
Thank
there?
you very much.
There you
I'll
go.
go play with it this out.
It was nice meeting you, Donkey.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, he's
Meow,
a
meow,
nice
so
friend.
nice. Meow.
I'll
Meow,
certainly try to find him a windmill if I
meow.
can.
Meow, 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 come, meow, tea, meow, crumpets, meow, me.
Oh, I'd love some, thank you.
Meow, good. Meow, meow, turn, meow, meow, right.
Yes.
Meow, 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 turn, meow, meow, back door, meow.
All right,
Meow,
we'll see
meow,
you soon.
meow, meow, meow.
Well, Don Quixote wants to live in a windmill, but today he can have the pinwheel. But all those things need air and wind to go, just like the clarinet. Think of them having tea and crumpets in Henrietta's house. That's what they're going to do today. It's time for me to go. But you know when we'll be together. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with a song or two. Where does this one go? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. There. Start the day tomorrow with a smile for you. Till then, I hope you're feeling happy. Till then, I hope your day is... How are you coming with your snapping? Good. Tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow and be our day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. You always make each day such a special day. You know how? By just your being you. There's only one person in the whole world like you, and that's you yourself. And I like you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Production funds for this series were provided by a grant from the Sears Roebuck Foundation and by a children's program fund established by NET affiliated stations.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.
Hey there, I am Argus87 and I speedrun classic games on Twitch. I did watch PBS growing up. My favorite shows were Sesame Street, Bob Ross, and Mr. Rogers. My favorite thing about Mr. Rogers was how much of a great role model he was. I mean, his message to be self-respecting, his incredible amount of patience, and just his way of explaining everyday life. It just doesn't get much better than that. Please click below to support your local PBS station.
Right up here it says greetings. That's a royal word for hello. Let's take all of this to the kitchen. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Right there. It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Please, could you be mine? Thank you. I've always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day, and since we're together we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Did you ever learn how to put on your jacket like this? You know, have it down there and then just go whee, like that. It's the first way I learned. Yeah. This, dear ladies and gentlemen, is a sailing jacket. A sailing jacket. And this is a sailing craft. Yes, sir. That a 5-year-old neighbor of mine gave me and said, I hope you enjoy it. Made out of straws. Look at them. Sort of reminds me of the clarinet we heard yesterday. Well, we are going to sail this after we get on some sailing shoes. What should we call that? Think of a name for the raft, okay? So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? These are very light. These things will float. I know they will. They're just pieces of something called styrofoam, I think. Found them in a packing box. Come along, raft. This isn't a bathtub. This is a kitchen tub. But I bet you have things that you play with in the bathtub, don't you? Let's see if this floats. 5-year-old raft? Of course it does. Oh, I have something very special to show you. I hadn't seen this until the other day in a little shop. And it's just a battery inside. And when you turn on the battery, these little things come up and go around. And it's like a fan. See? Let's see if the raft will go. Yeah. Good for you, raft. And to think, he just took a lot of straws and put them all together with tape. Very good idea. Now let's see if these float. Now let's see if the air will make them move. Yep, great. There you go. Come on. Do you ever use things like this in your tub? have him come along. And maybe we could make a dock out of this. Let's try. Let me see now. Piece of wood or something. Oh, I broke it. Well, that could be the small end of the dock. And this can be the big end of the dock. There. Now let's get the raft to come into the dock. See if it will. There you go. Now I'll get a real sailboat and show you what a real sailboat looks like. See, the wind hits the sail, and that's what makes it go on. There's our little wind. Whee! Don't tip over. Nope. Maybe the dinosaur would like to hop into the sailboat. Have a ride. Nope. Would rather go over here. On the raft. There. Dinosaurs are heavy. Sure are. Okay, dinosaur, that's your raft and your dock. A duck. There. I'll put some more of the dinosaurs in. And the duck runs away from the dinosaur. I bet you have good ideas for play in your bathtub, don't you? I'll clean these up a little later. You fellas have a good time there, all right? What'd you say, picture, picture? Can you read that? You will soon hear a knock. I'm hearing it right now. Let's go to the door. Good. Oh, Scientist Alder, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Won't you come in?
Well, gee, I'd like to, but I can't. You see, I'm making some checks with this instrument I have here, and I was wondering if I could check the wind velocity on your property.
Oh, certainly. It seems to be going around.
Yes, you see, that's because there is a wind blowing around your property, and I can tell by the fact that these cups on this instrument I have here that's called an anemometer are moving.
This is called an anemometer.
Right, this is an anemometer, which means it pertains to the wind, or has something to do with the wind, and the wind is what's moving these cups.
Oh, good. Well, can you get any kind of a reading right over in here somewhere?
Yes, well, you see, what I do, I'll stop it for just a minute. You see that white mark on that one cup?
Yep.
Well, I have to count the number of times that turns around.
1,
and
2,
if you'll count for me, and I'll
3,
time it, we can
4,
actually measure the wind.
5, 6. The wind seems to have died down a little.
Yes, well, that's the way the wind is. It doesn't always blow at the same speed all the time.
7, 8.
Well, that's as far as we have to wait to count. And with 8 turns, I know that the wind is blowing at a little bit more than 1 mile per hour right now.
Well, so the wind in this neighborhood, 1 mile per hour.
Right, which isn't a whole lot of wind. As you can see, the wind has stopped completely.
What about this flag?
Well, what that's used is to tell what direction the wind is coming from.
I see.
You see, if a wind is blowing, this will point into the direction that the wind is coming from.
I see.
And both of them together are called a wind vane, you see.
Wind vane, and this is an anemometer, huh?
Right.
Boy, you have lots of fun things to work with, don't you?
Well, it's not all fun that I have to work with here. You see, actually, I'm performing a duty right now, or a little job that I have to do.
Oh, it's part of your work.
Yes, someone by the name of Don Quixote has asked me to make these checks. I don't know what for, because I've never met the person. I just got a letter from him, and it said, would you check the wind velocity around Mr. Rogers' house and around the neighborhood of Make-Believe? And I have to go over there to make the checks in the neighborhood of Make-Believe so I can report to Don Quixote.
He's a new donkey in the neighborhood.
Oh, is that who he is?
Yeah, you'll like him. I hope you meet him.
Well, I hope I will, too, and I guess, really, I should be getting over there pretty soon.
Come back when you can stay longer, okay?
Okay.
And come back when the wind is really blowing fast someday, and we'll see this thing go around very quickly, okay?
Well, if it blows too fast, then I can't make it count this way. But
I see.
This is a nice speed right now. I like it when the wind isn't blowing too hard.
Good, Scientist Alder. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice
Bye-bye.
seeing you, Mr. Rogers. Would
you ever think of being a scientist? Lots of things scientists do. Yeah, They really have lots of things that they work with. Some of them even look through telescopes. You know that? Way up to the stars. Try to find out what the stars are like. So far away. We use our telescope to see the neighborhood of make-believe, don't we? Let's look, okay? There's the museum. There's X's tree. Henrietta's schoolhouse, the factory. And there's the trolley. Come on in, trolley. You on your way? How are you, trolley? Good. I'm glad to see you. Your scientist Alder said he's going to make some wind velocity checks in the neighborhood of make-believe. We'd like to go and see, wouldn't we? Let's just go. Will you take us in, please? Thank you. Oui, c'est très, très intéressant, ça. Comment s'appelle-t-il? How is it called?
It's called an anemometer, which means to measure the speed of the wind, or the wind velocity.
Oh, la velocité. Excellent. Anemometer.
Right. You see, as the wind blows, it is caught in these little cups that you see here,
Oui.
and this causes the cups to turn around like this.
Oh, c'est très bien, ça.
And as they turn around, you notice one of them is marked, and I can count how many times this turns around completely.
Oui.
And in doing that, I can actually figure out the speed of the wind.
Oh,
You see.
très bien. Est-ce que je peux essayer?
Yes.
Oh, j'adore ça. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oui, oh, j'adore ça, très bien.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Grandpa.
Oui, vous avez bien fait. Alors, bonne chance avec votre anémométre. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Hi, Scientist Alder.
Well, hello there, Daniel. How are you today?
Oh, I'm great. What are you doing?
Well, I'm measuring the speed of the wind today.
Oh,
You see, this is called an anemometer, and it measures the wind velocity or the wind speed.
I see. Well, is there something wrong that you have to measure the wind around here, or what?
Well, no, it's not that there's anything wrong. Somebody by the name of Don Quixote has asked me to do this for him.
Oh, yes, he's a new friend in the neighborhood here.
I see. And I don't know what the reason is that he wants me to measure the wind speed, but he's asked me to do this, so I'm doing it for him.
Well, just thinking. Don Quixote wants to live in a windmill. And windmills take wind to make them go around, don't they?
Yes, they most certainly. That is, the blades on the windmill have to go around with the wind. That's right.
Yeah. So maybe he wants to have it in a place where there's lots of wind.
Well, that's probably the reason then. By the way, do you know where Don Quixote is now?
Well, he's been staying over at Henrietta's house until he was able to build some place for himself.
Oh, I see. Well, I think I'll go over and see if he's there now.
Yeah, why don't you?
Well, yes, thank you very much, Daniel.
Have a good visit. Thanks for stopping by.
Right, it was my pleasure.
Well, wait a minute. How's the wind over here at my place?
Well, I checked it, and it's not blowing very fast. You see, the cups on the anemometer are hardly moving at all, and if they're not moving, that means the wind's not blowing very fast.
I see.
Well, I have a couple more checks to make before I get to Henrietta's house, so I think I'd better be going.
Good. Well, I'm just as glad there isn't too much wind here. Bye.
Oh, bye.
she's not home.
Oh, you're Don Quixote, I guess?
That's right. Don Quixote's my name.
Yes.
Henrietta's not here.
Oh, well, I didn't come to see Henrietta anyway. You see, I'm Scientist Alder.
Oh, you're the one I asked to do the checks.
Yes, in fact, I was just finishing all the checks right now, and I wanted to make a little report to you if I could.
Well, good for you. I'd like to hear your report.
Yes, I understand you wanted to see if you could build a windmill somewhere, is that correct?
That's right.
Well, I checked a lot of the places, by the factory and the museum and the clock,
Yeah?
and the wind is blowing at less than 5 miles per hour there.
Isn't that very much?
No, that's hardly enough to build a windmill at.
Yeehaw.
In fact, about the only place that would be good for a windmill is somewhere behind the king's castle. You see, there the wind is blowing at, at better than 20 miles per hour today.
That sounds great.
Yes, well, I think that probably would be about the only place that would be good for building a windmill, according to my findings.
Fine. Well, then I want to ask you something, please, Scientist Alder.
I'd be glad to answer it if I can.
Would you please ask over there at the castle if we could have a place there for building?
Well,
All you have to do is ask, what's his name?
King
Friday.
Yes, King Friday. Well, you see, I do a lot of experiments for him, but I don't do much in the way of advising or asking, and I'm afraid I'm probably not the person to ask him.
Well, I understand from his castle staff. I was talking with Edgar the other day that you are just about as hip a scientist as they come. You're great.
Well,
And,
thank you very much.
They say you do wonderful experiments.
Well, yes, I try.
Maybe you could do an experiment with the king and just ask him.
Well, if you really think I could, why, I'll be glad to.
Great.
All right.
Well, good
I'll
luck
call
with
Miss
you.
Prolificate and set up an appointment right now.
Good, and report back, okay?
Okay, I'll do that.
Goodbye,
Bye,
thanks.
Don Quixote. Let me see. Hello, Miss Prolificate. Is King Friday in? I'd like to set up an appointment about real estate, if I could, please. Oh, he's in? Good. Can I see him? Oh, okay, thank you very much. I'll go right over there. Bye.
Take you.
Yes,
Scientist Alder, I presume?
correct as usual, Your Majesty. I was just in the neighborhood making some wind velocity checks, and I wanted to ask you about building a building on some land around here, if I could, please.
Why do you ask?
Well, I was making these checks, and I just wanted to find out if there was any land available to
Any
do something.
royal land available? Absolutely not. You may tell whoever wishes. Is it you who wishes the land?
No, Your Majesty. It was someone else.
Well, you may tell whoever it is that kings like their privacy, and a king's castle is his home.
But, Your Majesty...
No buts about it, Scientist Alder. I have another appointment in 4 1/4 seconds, and I shall see you anon.
Yes, Your
Incidentally,
Majesty.
Scientist Alder.
Yes.
Whatever that machine is, I hope you'll bring it to show me someday.
Well, I'll be glad to, Your Majesty. Yes.
Thank you. Looks
Bye now, Your
interesting.
Majesty.
4 1/2 seconds.
King Friday says no. No land available around the castle. What's Don Quixote going to do? Maybe he'll need some sort of a fan to make his windmill go around. This is run with batteries, but it reminds me of an electric fan. You know, you really have to keep your fingers away from them. You sure do. This is an electric fan down here. A fan for big people to turn on and off. Yeah. There are lots of things that grown-ups use that aren't so very fine for children to be using. Not fine at all, no. And the grown-ups, this is the interesting thing, the grown-ups were children once too. In fact, I'll turn it off. Yeah, because we don't need it. But your mom was probably, about this big one time, and your dad was too. And I bet you there were a lot of things that they would have liked to have played with that they're playing with right now. And it might be fun for you to remember that, too. It's great for me to remember as I put away my toys that mothers were all little girls one time, and fathers were all little boys. My daddy seems so big right now, he must have grown a lot. Imagine how he felt one day when he was just a tot. My mother's not so big as Dad, but she's bigger than my sister. I wonder if she ever had a little fever blister. It's great for me to remember as I put away my toys that mothers were all little girls one time and fathers were all little boys. My daddy didn't even have a real electric fan. He had to wait a long time too, till he became a man. My mother had an ironing board and play irons that were colder. She often wished for big folks' things, but she waited and got older. So knives and plugs and hot things are okay for Mom and Dad, 'cause when they were a girl and boy, they played with what they had. And I think I can wait now and grow the way they do. And I will use the grown-up things when I'm a grown-up too. It's great for me to remember as I put away my toys that mothers were all little girls one time and fathers were all little boys. Talk with your mom and dad about that sometime, would you? I mean, maybe tonight you could say, what was it like when you were a little girl, Mom? Were there some things you really wanted to play with very badly? And your mother or dad said, that'll have to wait, because there are such things. Other kinds of fans I'd like to show you. Pretty? This kind, ladies and gentlemen, do not hurt the fingers. There's a great art to making fans. Wait till you see this one. Feathers. That's sort of like X the owl's wing, just making the wind come. Oh, wait till you see this beautiful one. See, some of them have pictures on them. Beautiful fans. You can make your own, too. Just by folding paper. Like that. Over and back and over and back. And it just makes it look like an accordion. And a fan, a fan. That's not a good one, but that's the idea. All kinds of things in the world, aren't there? I'm glad to be able to show you the things I have. Better clean up. I said I would, as I put away my toys. Somebody has to. Might as well be the one who played with them. Come on, Raft. You really did do well. Yeah. I will keep you right here. In the dock. Oh, look who's left. Look who's left. The duck family. Would you rather stay in the water tonight? Just toys. It's time to be off. Sailing, sailing, that's what we did today. Lots of things about wind. Look at that. Thank you, picture. A picture of a fan, and it says it's time to blow away. He knows it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a song or two. 1, 2. Tomorrow, tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a smile for you. Till then, I hope you're feeling happy. Till then, I hope your day is snappy. Tomorrow, tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow and be our day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. What'll we do tomorrow? Play together? Good. I like that. You make each day a special day by just your being you. Goodbye. See you then.
Production funds for this series were provided by a grant from the Sears Roebuck Foundation and by a children's program fund established by NET affiliated stations.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hey guys, we're a couple streams here to encourage you to join us in support of PBS.
Right up here it says greetings. That's a royal word for hello. Let's take all of this to the kitchen. Welcome again to this neighborhood. I'd like to show you something. You know what this is? Well, maybe if I press this button. This is a cassette player with a little cassette in here, and there's nothing written on it, so we'll just have to play it to see what it is. Do you ever imagine things? Are they scary things? Are they scary things? Do you ever imagine things? Things you'd like to have? Did you ever see a cat's eyes in the dark and wonder what they were? Did you ever pretend about things like that? Did you ever pretend about things like that? Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? In the garden of your mind. You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. In the garden of your mind. It's good It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Oh, sometimes that happens. My tie goes clear down like this. How do you like it? Do you like it to look like that? It's sort of like the arms on a windmill, isn't it? Of course, you'd need about 4 of them going around in a circle for that. Boop, 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 boop. Speaking of windmills, ladies and gentlemen, look. This windmill was bought in a store, and a friend of mine, 5-year-old boy, handed it to me and said, Mr. Rogers, it doesn't work. Well, I had some thoughts about it. Wait a minute till I put on my shoes. I always work better with my sneakers on. When you come home from a party or from school, do you change into play clothes? Sometimes it's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, I learned that a long time. Did you talk with your family last night about those things we were talking about yesterday? About when your mother was young and your dad was young? Well, let's see what we can do for the windmill. Now, the first thing, this should certainly fit on here, don't you think? Because there's a little hole in there, and this thing comes out like that. That should certainly go on there. Let's try. Has to go just to the right place, or it won't go in at all. There it is. Well, just what I wondered about. That's why the bag. Some store-bought things have to have batteries to make them turn around. So let's see if this is what this needs. Isn't that amazing? Batteries. Lots of things to wonder about in the world. Scientist Alder would know all about what make batteries do things. Maybe your mom or your dad would. Now let's see, this business should turn it on. Now let's see if it keeps going. It does. Good. Well, we've got you fixed for our friend. Yes, sir. We'll keep it for a little while. You know, there's a windmill not too far from here. I'll show you on the map. Come on over. Bum ba-dum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-da-dum. Bum ba-da-da-dum. Here's where we are, you know. Right here. And down the street we go. Let's take a trip to that windmill. All right? It's way over here. Right over there. There it is. We can pretend we're going there. Run up to the windmill. Touch the arms. That one isn't moving. See that long pole there? That's attached to that wheel. And when they want to move the head of it, the top of the windmill, they make that wheel go round and around and around and around and around. And then they can move the top so that the vanes will go right into the wind. no matter where the wind is blowing. Come on upstairs. That's what you see from the very top of that windmill, because you're up high. Come on inside and we'll take a look at the machinery inside that makes the grind. This is a windmill for grinding grain. See those little wooden things? They go into each one of those holes. And that makes it go around and around, and that's attached to a great big stone. So that in it goes around and around and around. And the stone is just down below, and the stone's on top of another stone. And you put the great big kernels of corn, grain in there. And the two stones go around and around and grind it. Around and around and around. See, they just press against each other, and then the grain's in the middle, and it gets to be very, very fine. There's one of the stones, that's the top one. And we'll go downstairs. And right up there is the bottom part of the other stone. That's the bottom part. And so they grind by those two stones. And then the grain comes down that chute. And it's all fine and ready for somebody to use to make some bread. And outside the windmill, there it is. See the chains on the bottom? They're chains right along the bottom here that are keeping it from going around. See, right along there, they're chains, so that these veins don't go around. Enjoy the trip to the back doorbell. Let's see who's there. Who's at the back door? Hey, how are you, Mrs. Rubin?
Fine, how are you, Mr. Wright?
Hey, you've got a windmill yourself.
Well, sure.
Did you make it?
No.
I didn't make this one either.
No.
Come on in.
That makes me feel better.
Why, you've got some others here.
Yes, my friends heard that you were interested in making windmills.
Boom, the windmill.
That was a strong wind that blew over that
It
windmill,
sure
wasn't
is.
it?
There we go.
They heard that you were interested in making windmills, and so they made some.
Great, I'd like to see them.
Okay, this one is by a 6-year-old girl, and she made this out of a milk carton and some cardboard, and it even turns.
Yeah.
Of course, it's very hard to make a windmill.
I know it is. A lot of people don't even know what they are.
That's right. And especially if you haven't got one near you, it's pretty hard to imagine what a windmill looks like. But even this 5-year-old boy who'd never really seen one but had seen pictures was able to make this windmill. I think it's pretty good, don't you?
It's a great one. That looks like the one we just visited.
Mm-hmm.
With the upstairs window and all.
Right.
How old did you say he was?
5.
Boy.
Isn't that something?
Good for the 5-year-olds.
And here's a 5-year-old girl who made hers by taking a styrofoam ball and sticking in pieces of cardboard for her veins.
I like that.
And this is the building.
They don't need to work, do they? To be good.
No, they can just look like windmills because that's probably the most important thing to somebody who's never really seen one in operation.
Decorations.
That's right. Sometimes they don't even look exactly like windmills, but they give us the idea of a windmill, don't they?
Yeah, it's straws, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just straws. Folded over. 6 1/2.
Boy, you have the best ideas. You sure do. That's
They
where we
certainly
get ours,
do.
aren't they?
I don't think I could ever have as many ideas as my friends. Look at this one. Now, I never would have thought of that.
And those are straws for a ladder.
Isn't that something? And the veins that go off up the top
And pipe
in all
cleaner.
different directions.
Doesn't that excite you when you see so many ideas from people?
It almost makes me jealous. And here's a very small one made with a paper cup and a little vane made out of paper, folded paper.
So we go this way. Oh, look, there's a back door.
In case you want to go in the back. And this one has a front door, and it's made out of an old carton, which was painted. And this is the way the veins look on this one. This was by a 7-year-old girl.
That looks a little bit like a person. That windmill, you know, the mouth and the nose and the eyes.
I never thought of that. It certainly does.
Back door, another person.
This one's by a 6-and-a-half-year-old who said that hers was made out of brick and stone. And these are the veins.
Isn't that a fancy?
And this is by an 8-year-old boy.
Got a little styrofoam in it, too.
Right.
Oh, that one's wood.
Who made his out of wood. Well, he's a good carpenter, you know, and he knows how to work with wood.
Sure does.
His veins move, too.
Any chance of making one?
Well, if you can work very fast, I think we could manage, because I think we have some all kinds of materials here, and maybe you can find something that will make something that will go around.
Yeah, I like this.
I'm going to see what I'm going to do.
Whatever you find at home, you could use for making. I like that one, you know, with the stuck in the styrofoam.
Oh, I see what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're using old popsicle sticks, aren't you? Yeah. They're pretty good. I've got some pipe cleaners here, but I bet you can't guess what I'm going to do.
No, that looks like a monocle or something.
It's a secret.
Let's see if this works.
Very good.
How's yours coming?
Oh, fine. Almost finished.
Hey, there's a blowy something, then it swings right back to you.
Sort of like little Sirocco. Gee, you know, I told my friends that I would bring back the windmills that I brought you.
Oh.
And I think some of them are going to be at my
Waiting
house
for
pretty
it?
soon. So,
Well, I
if you
put them
don't
in
mind.
this bag, and then this one didn't fit in.
Okay, because that's so big.
Thanks for bringing these things back.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Could I use them again?
Oh, sure. I wish you would.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Mrs. Rubin. Tell your friends they have great ideas.
Okay, I will.
Bye-bye. Great ideas is right. Must be time. It must be time. Let's use our pretend telescope, okay? Must be time for the trolley. Let's look and see. Yep. Do you see the trolley coming by the neighborhood of Make-Believe? There's Daniel's clock. And there's Daniel. Why, he's talking with Handyman Negri. Wonder what they're planning. There's the trolley. Come on in, trolley. How are you, neighbor? Good. Would you take us to the neighborhood of Make-Believe? We saw Mr. Negri there. Would you? Okay, well, we'll come with you and we'll go slow. In we go.
Well, Daniel, I tried what we thought would work, you know.
Yeah.
But the king said, no building on the ground.
Oh, dear. But Scientist Alder says that's the best place for the wind velocity.
I know he said that, but you know how the king is.
Yeah. Well, have you talked with Don Quixote?
Yes, and he's very disappointed. You know, he's always wanted to live in a windmill.
He's a little scary at first, isn't he?
Who do you mean, the king?
No, Don Quixote.
Oh, did you find him scary?
Yeah, I thought he would bite me with that big mouth of his.
Well, you know, he used to bite people, but he learned how not to. Now he just uses his mouth for talking and for eating.
Yeah, well, does King Friday know that?
Gee, I don't know. Why?
Well, you know, maybe King Friday's afraid of Don Quixote, too.
I never thought of that, Daniel.
No. Well, you know, he'd never tell anybody if he was. King Friday, he wouldn't.
That's right. Because he's a king, and most kings wouldn't let on that they have scary feelings.
No. Well, why don't you find out?
Me? How?
Yeah, well, just go and ask King Friday.
Just go and...
Daniel, you must think I'm brave or something.
Well, you could be brave and just go and say, King Freddy, are you afraid of Don Quixote? You know, like that. Be brave, Joe, and be strong, my friend.
Okay, Daniel.
And try again. Be brave and strong.
Be brave and just be brave. Be brave and then be strong. Be brave. You'll not be wrong if you are right. Keep your chin up tight and be brave and then be strong. Be brave and then be strong. Be brave. You'll not go wrong with fighting might. You will reach the sight. So be brave and be strong. Miss Maleficent! Miss Maleficent! Sorry, I was trying to be brave. Miss Maleficent, I wonder, this is Mr. Negri. Yes, oh, you recognize. I wondered, could I see King Friday? It's very important. Oh, I see. He's in the garden walking his bird. Well, fine. I'll be right over.
Mimus polyglottus is my pet. Mimus polyglottus is my pet. Mimus polyglottus is my pet. Have you met my pet yet, Mr. Negri?
Why, yes, King Friday. Yes, I've met Mimus.
You know Mimus polyglottus, do you not?
Lovely pet. Lovely
yes,
pet.
a fine bird. Sometimes flies away a bit, but yes, but otherwise very, very easy to take care of. Very small mouth, you know.
Yes, very small.
Yes,
tiny beak there.
Tiny beak, wouldn't hurt a person at all. Never hurt anyone. Nice Mimus.
Truly, a very, very lovely pet, Your Highness.
Yes, that's right.
Sir, I hate to interrupt you while you were, out here enjoying your free moment, but I have a question for you, sir.
Is it a matter of state?
Yes, it is. It's a matter of your state.
Well, then you may ask it, for this is a state day.
Well, sir, you see, we were, I was wondering, sir, how you felt about, just what you feel.
Hello there. How's everybody?
Donkey.
Hey, Donkey Howdy. Yes, I haven't seen you in a while. How do you do, Donkey? Keep your distance.
Hee-haw. How are you, Mr. Negri?
Well, fine, Donkey.
Good.
It's good to see you.
Getting any further over here? You know what I mean?
No, we were just beginning.
My Donkey, what a large mouth you have. Hold Mimus for me, please.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Hee-haw. All the better to eat.
Oh, no.
All the better to eat my food and speak with.
Donkey, didn't you ever tell King Friday that you don't bite people anymore?
Hee-haw, never had a chance, honey.
You don't bite people?
Not anymore. I used to, but I learned how not to, right?
Right.
Could I be sure of that, Don Quixote?
Sure. Hold out your hand and I'll prove it to you.
Hold out my hand? Oh, well, let me see. Oh, no.
Go on, try. Be a good royal sport. Hee-haw.
Let me see.
Come on. A little closer.
Well, I never done this before, and I'm not so sure that I want to.
Well, Your Highness, I'm sure that Don Quixote, means no harm at all.
Never any harm.
No, I'm sure.
No, sir. Oh, I used to bite people, but now I don't. Use my mouth for talking and chewing my food.
Right.
You're sure of that?
Come on, try.
Oh, what a lovely donkey you are. This is truly a tame donkey, Mr. Negri.
Yes, sir.
Truly a tame donkey.
Yes, he is. Yes, sir.
Yes, well,
Donkey. It's lovely. I suggest that you draw up some windmill plans for this tame donkey, and perhaps begin a bit of construction somewhere around the good wind velocity station. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, we'd be delighted, sir. Of course we would. Yes, we'd be very happy. Would we, Donkey?
Give me my
bird. Yes.
Yes, here, Mimus, I want you to try this nice donkey. Try it with Mimus here. Didn't hurt a bit. Did it, Mimus?
Very good.
Wonderful.
Yes, well, farewell. Yes, lovely day.
Oh, isn't that marvelous?
Sure did. Boy, giving up that biting people has really paid off.
Well, I'll tell you, Donkey Hody, it sure does, because anytime we grow up a little bit, it pays off.
Well, let's get to work then, Mr. Negri.
Okay, why don't we go tell Henrietta and Daniel, because they're so anxious to find out how things are coming along.
Great. This is a pleasant neighborhood. Pleasant neighborhood.
Hi, Joey. Yeah.
Great.
You can do that with your fingers or your puppet play. You wouldn't put your hand in a real donkey's mouth, of course. But you know, a lot of people have had a lot of trouble about biting in growing up. And it's sort of growing up inside that we're talking about, isn't it? Growing inside isn't easy, but it sure helps people to know us and like us better. It does. And it has something to do with love, too. Because when you love somebody, you want them to know that you care about them. When your heart has butterflies inside it, then your heart is full of love. When your heart feels just like overflowing, then your heart is full of love. Love is fragile as your tear. Love is stronger than your fear. When your heart beats for a special someone, then your heart is full of love. When your heart has room for everybody, then your heart is full of love. You're a mighty special person, you are. Yeah. Well, it looks as if Don Quixote's going to be able to have his windmill where the wind blows free. Be some wind, will you? Blow. Blow real hard, and then I'll put up my... Good. Whoa. Yes, sir, you are good wind blowers. Yeah. Gee. It's almost time for our week together to be over. I won't be seeing you tomorrow, but I'll sure be thinking about you. Tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a song. Oh, 2, 1, 2. Tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a smile for you. Till then, I hope you're feeling happy. Till then, I hope your day is snappy. Tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow, and the hour, day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. You always make each day a special day. Guess how? That's right, by just your being you. How about being a windmill for a second? We can just be part of one, can't we? Yeah, blow it. Tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow and be our day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. Guess what I forgot? The windmill for my friend. I fixed it. I've got to take it to him. Bye. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Production funds for this series were provided by a grant from the Sears Roebuck Foundation and by a children's program fund established by NET affiliated stations.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.